Okay, guys, this is a little bit of a different episode today. Um, it's been a long time that I've been processing a lot of this, as well as Lance, but we've made the decision to get divorced. And I wanted to share this with you all, with us together for our son, because I know the rumor mill, people have already been speculating about it. You guys are really good private investigators, truly.
People are perceptive.
Yeah. Um, but really what this is, us sharing with you all together. So it's on our terms and the way we want it to be said in our story, because you only see about 1% of our lives online and no one really knows what happens behind closed doors. No one really knows the struggles that we've gone through, the battles that we've tried to conquer. And it's sad, with being a public figure that I have to do this. But it's for our son. And that's really why we're recording this today, is to protect him and also share our side before people start to draw conclusions or make assumptions about why.
Yeah, we just, we decided that it's just best for us to move on and to, live our separate lives, but we're still obviously going to be in each other's lives forever. And I have a lot of love for Savanna still and a ton of respect for her. And, so we're just trying to do what's best and co-parent. And, luckily, thankfully we're together in this, and, nothing crazy has happened, no bad words like abuse or, infidelity, thankfully. So yeah, it's is what it is. I don't know what else to say.
And I think people just, when they hear divorce, like their first thing is like, oh, like somebody cheated or someone was abusive. And really, Lance and I, truthfully, we met at a really young age, and we were kind of like the last two people in our hometown that weren't like drug addicts or complete losers. And so we started hanging out, dating, and, the truth, really, if everyone wants it, is we were never compatible from the start. And we tried really, really hard, because I think both of us, through couples therapy, through our own therapy, through the trip we went through in Indonesia, really just learned that we both lacked a lot of self-love, and we're really codependent on one. I can't talk today. It's so hard to talk about this. Really codependent on one another. And it was not serving us, and it was just keeping us kind of in this trauma bond and like circle that just wasn't healthy. And it was affecting the way, we treated one another. It was affecting, our son, and it just like became too big to fix, if that makes sense. And weirdly enough, ever since we decided, it was for the best for us to get divorced, we've gotten along so much better, which is great for our son and for Cyrus, who is our son. But yeah, I mean, it's sad, because he has been like with me from the very beginning of my life in this industry, my career. We have a child together. And again, like, we really, really did try to do everything to make it work. But, I think it's hard to fix something that was broken from the start.
Yeah.
Even though we really did try. And like, I think, just seeing from our parents' generation, like people just stay married because they got married, even though it's like not healthy or good, and they're not good in that capacity in that relationship together. Like we just, both of us, like we're just not the partner that either of us needed.
In hindsight, you learn a lot, especially I had just turned 21. Savanna was 19, turning 20 when we started dating, just for context. So, we've been together for over 8 years, and you learn a lot at that time. And, in hindsight, we should have broke it up within the first year.
2 weeks. Or even our parents.
I give it 6 months.
I mean, or even our parents were like, you guys don't have any taxes. You don't have any like rent to pay. You don't have any financial issues, and you guys are already fighting 2 weeks into dating. And I think really what it came down to is just like we didn't have really anyone else, and we we were just young. And like, again, like Lance and I were the two people that like we always got broken up with. We never broke up with anyone. So we kind of held on to a broken marriage for years because we were scared to leave and we were scared of putting ourselves first and loving ourselves enough to walk away. And just the comfortability, like, you know, I think a lot of people stay in a familiar hell because they're scared of an unfamiliar heaven. And I think for both of us, we would have suffered silently, you know, but we started to notice that, like, you know, we want our son to see us happy and we deserve to be happy, both of us, and find people in the future that are the right partner for us. And like, there's no shame in saying that, like, we were young. I got pregnant before we got engaged. We did what we thought was right, which was to get married, and have this child, which we're so thankful we did.
Yeah.
Like, he's the best thing that's ever happened to us. And, you know, everything has its season. Every phase of life has its time. And I think ours has just run its course in that capacity. But I'm just really thankful that we both took the time and did the work to like get to this place to where we both want this. It's not he wants it and I don't, or I want it and he doesn't. It's just really, it's the best interest of our son. And yeah, I mean, we're going to see each other all the time. He is a big part of my life and always will be. And I love him. And yeah, it's sad and it's hard. I think we've, you know, processed these emotions for a really long time because it has been like, you know, a couple years of us going back and forth on, are we going to make it or are we going to get divorced? And there's like a sense of relief, I think, for both of us now, knowing that like there's not that anxiety of like,
just the decision's made, you know?
Yeah.
But
so
we're in each other's life forever because of Cyrus.
Yeah.
It was just totally good thing. And yeah.
But I'm excited for you. So I've always said like Lance is a great guy. He's just not my guy. And I think for me, like, you know, for him, I don't know. I mean, I know what you feel about me, but you know, I just think we're just not compatible and that's okay. And we never were. And that's like really what I think people don't understand or get is that it's just like we barely, okay, let me just say this. When Lance and I got together, yes, we fought. Yes, we had a hard time when we were dating. We weren't super compatible. But then he got into his master's and he was busy 24/7 studying his ass off, trying to get licensed and get past his CPA. Is it the bar?
No, that's the lawyer. Oh. Attorneys.
Well,
yeah,
whatever.
CPA, you said it right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was building SBA. I was working 14-hour days, 7 days a week. We never saw each other, hung out. So it was almost like there was no point in like breaking up because we weren't really even like seeing each other. Maybe like once a week for an hour at night, enough time to get pregnant. But, you know, then we got pregnant and we were like, well, shit, you know, and I think I forgot to say this part that I was trying to get to earlier and I got distracted. But I think we both come from generations of seeing people just stay together because they got married. Maybe I did say this. I don't know. My brain's scattered.
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah.
And, you know, for me, I had a hard time with relationships growing up, just watching my parents' relationship, which is actually crazy enough better now than it was. And I'm like really happy for them, but wish that they had that marriage when I was younger. Because it did, you know, cause a lot of problems with me. And I noticed a lot of my patterns in this marriage because I had so many things that I had learned from learned behavior, and vice versa from him. So yeah, I don't think there's any shame in it. We don't make this decision lightly. Like I feel, and I think you feel the same way, that we really did everything. Like we literally went to Indonesia for 3 weeks and we're like, if we can't be happy and get along here, like there's no way. And I think for the longest time, I've just been so busy with my business that I kept pushing it aside until it became such a big thing that I was like, I can't, you know, ignore this anymore.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, there's not really anything else to say other than like, you know, I know people, regardless of us doing this, are going to make their own assumptions and they're going to talk their shit and say their things like they have been for months. But just know you don't know anything. Like you don't know what you think you know.
Yeah, I haven't been on the story and like I've barely been on your Instagram.
Yeah.
So they can't really see much of me.
But I just want, even for the haters that are listening to this, because I know you're here, think about my son and what he's going to read and what he's going to see as he gets older. And, yeah, I mean, that's really, this is one because I've shared a lot of my life and I've shared Lance a lot in my life, and it's an elephant in the room. It's something that does need to be addressed so we can move forward from it. But my page is not about marriage or relationships. My personal life is my personal life, and I hope people respect that. I shouldn't even, or don't even have to give a reason for anyone. But again, we made this decision to do this for our son. So if you have any decency as a human being, I mean, just let us be peaceful. Let us co-parent. Let us enjoy our lives. Let us, navigate doing this separately, and heal. Even though we've had a lot of time to process it and we've been roommates for years, it's still hard losing somebody that, in that capacity, that you've been so close with and has shared so much with you, to be in a different role in your life and not your husband. So, yeah, just, we're young and we really did what we thought was best. And I think for me, looking back, like, it was probably would have been best if we just co-parented from the start when I got pregnant. But, it's hard to make big decisions and life partner decisions when you're young. And
Yeah, you learn a lot.
I mean, we're just trying to do what we thought was best for Cyrus, like having two parents married and together. And, I didn't know at the time too that I don't even know. I think it's been really hard, and it's been weighing on us both for years. The inevitable. And it was kind of like, we either do this now and save Cyrus a lot of trauma, or we're going to do it when we're 50 and probably really hate each other then. I think now we've realized that we can have a good respect for one another and separate in an amicable way and co-parent kindly. And our son can see two really fucking happy parents that love him to death. And it's not his fault, obviously, at all. I mean, it was just broken from the start. It should have never happened, and it did. And we just kept trying to keep something alive that was already dead for 8 years. And I think we both lost a lot of ourselves in this. And I don't know. But I do love you.
Love you too.
Sucks.
Yeah, it's going to be okay.
But, I think the biggest thing was, like, I don't want you to change for me, and I don't want to change for you. I think, we'll find people that love us for who we are and how we love. And I'm excited for you. And he's single, ladies.
Soon, maybe, hopefully, maybe.
So. Oh, okay. It was like ripping a Band-Aid off.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.